Paul Fresia Show with your host, Paul Fresia.
Welcome to the Paul Fresia Show. I'm Paul Fresia. Thank you for joining us in the studio at home, and as of today, streaming live in the mouth of a gift horse. The word of the day is dinosaur. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely excited today because we just got a round of new hires, and I'd like to introduce them all. So please give a big round of applause to Zeke behind the camera, Sonia on sound, Martin on bongos. But most of all, today I'm very excited about our very first intern. Ladies and gentlemen, as many of you know, I myself started out as an intern on my father's show, the Don Juan Fresia Show. And that is why I feel such a strong connection to the Paul Fresia Show's very first intern, Stony. Stony, come on out here.
Paul, thanks. I'm so excited to work here for your show. I really appreciate the opportunity. Listen, I promise I'll go above and beyond.
Listen, Stony, if you need anything, you let me know, okay? I'm here to make this the best internship possible.
Wait, Paul, are you serious? Mm-hmm. Well, I actually have something I'd like to pitch to you.
Oh my God, great, go ahead.
Well, it might be stupid, but I was thinking it would be really good for the show if we could start out your roaming dome.
I'm sorry, what's that?
If we could start out your roaming dome.
Just one more time.
Sorry, I'm really excited. I think it would be great for the show if we could start out your roaming dome.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. Let's do it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, do you think that you could get me a four-quart ashtray?
You got it, kiddo. You got it.
Oh my God, Paul, thank you so much. You're like the father figure I never had. Thank you.
Really warms my heart to see such a young face with so much enthusiasm. Now, could anybody tell me what he just said? I couldn't really make it out. He seemed enthusiastic. I just don't know what he's making or what he needs from me. Did he say he wanted strawberry coating foam? I don't know. I couldn't hear it. Danny, did you hear what he said?
I think he said he wanted forks full of ice cream is what I have.
Really? Yeah? All right, let's make it happen. Get as many forks full of ice cream as you possibly can. I will not let Stony down no matter what it takes. Next up, a segment we like to call 60 Seconds with Mickey Papadopoulos, where each week our young correspondent Mickey gives us an interesting look of a new destination. This week, Mickey is reporting live from a state of enlightenment. We go to Mickey live on the scene for an exclusive report. Mickey, how you doing out there? Paul, I've just arrived here at Enlightenment, and, to be quite honest, it's fairly disorienting. I don't know what's going on. Mickey, could you give us a better idea of what Enlightenment is like? Well, Paul, I'm still quite confused. But from what I gather, all matter is one, and there is no past or future. Only the now. So, what are you feeling right now, Mickey? All you couldn't possibly understand. I perceive an infinite unity among all beings. There is no Mickey Papadopoulos, only the universe. I am a fluid vibration of the cosmos. Wow. Well, do you like it? I like it a lot, Paul. Mickey Papadopoulos, everybody. Next up, I'd like to talk sports. As most of you may know, my favorite sport is squash. As such, I'm extremely excited to announce a new segment on the show called Hitting a Ball Against a Wall with Paul Fresia. Whether it's on the field or on the court, there's nothing quite like the feel of a good squash racket in your hand. Different factors have a different effect on the feel of the instrument, and first-time buyers should always be aware of how
Film
these factors
Paul,
affect the
we're on
body.
the air.
First up,
Come on,
materials. Fiberglass.
Turn the
Good,
camera.
though. Rubber handles.
Zeke, no, please. Zeke, no! Oh!
Dear God, Jonathan! No, Zeke, you don't have to do this. No! Sonia! Sonia, sound! No! Someone take him down! Someone take Zeke down! We just hired you! Sorry about that. It looks like we shouldn't have hired Zeke. Everything's fine, though, and that will never be brought up again. I'm still trying to figure out what it is that Stony, my intern, wanted from me. As it turns out, my producer Danny was wrong. Stony did not want forks full of ice cream.
Hey, Paul, how's it going with that thing I asked for?
What was that again?
Oh, the four-quart ashtray.
Right, we're doing great. Which leads me to my new segment. What did my intern Stony say he was going to do, and what does he want from me? We go to the phones to try and figure it out. Shatu, first caller.
Hello?
Hello, first caller. You're on the Paul Fresia Show. Help me figure out what my intern Stony said.
Well, Paul, you've grossly overlooked the true meaning of what Stony asked.
I did?
Yes, see, you have to play the audio backwards. And then you clearly hear him say, I kiss the lips of Satan.
We'll keep that in mind. Caller number 2, you're on the Paul Fresia Show.
Hi, Paul. I think that what Stony said was that he wants to see the Redskins go out there, play as hard as they can, and see if I can win that $150 in the office pool.
Caller, this sounds like something you want.
Yeah, is that not what we're doing?
Caller number 3, you're on the Paul Fresia Show. Please help me figure this out. What did my intern Stony say?
Paul, Stony is clearly asking for 4 tabs of aspirin. It's perfectly audible.
That actually makes sense. Thank you so much. Stony wants 4 tabs of aspirin. Do we have that anywhere? Do we? Oh, this kid is going to be so happy. Can we get Stony in here? Where's my little Stony?
Yeah, Paul?
I got something for you. The 4 tabs of aspirin you asked me for.
That's not what I asked you for at all.
It's not.
I mean, no, but it'll go great with my Charlotte to roaming dome. Especially once I have the four-quart ashtray I asked for.
That's perfect.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, by the way, what is it that you're doing again?
Paul, Charlotte to roaming dome.
Right. And what do you need from me?
Paul, you're a gas. Four-quart ashtray.
Right, that's great. Well,
Thanks, Paul. Like a father to me.
spread your wings and fly. Still don't know what he was saying to me. Thanks, Martin. Always lightening up the mood. We'll be right back with the Paul Fresia Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I advise you that our following guest might frighten those of you who are weak of spirit. He comes to us from a small island in the middle of the Pacific where he's lived his whole life in pre-primitive conditions amongst the wild animals. Scientists warn that due to this, he could be extremely dangerous. And I reiterate that the viewer watches at their own discretion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Wild Man. He's quite a sight. Can he speak?
I can say a few words here or there if the mood strikes, sure.
He speaks.
Well, of course I can speak. To be completely honest, ever since I've been in this cage, I've changed my ways. I'm no longer the wild man.
You're not.
No. In fact, I've become quite a softy. This cage isn't even necessary. Paul, could you let me out?
I don't know I'm comfortable with that, Wild Man, especially considering your wild reputation.
Oh, Paul, the thing about reputations is they can be changed with enough good faith. Give me a chance, Paul. Give me your hand.
Is that okay? Do we have the handlers on standby? Okay.
Oh, now would a wild man do that?
No. His grip is soft and his hand is smooth like a baby's.
Next up, do you have any food, Paul?
Yeah, can we bring the plate out?
So, which food do you think I would pick?
Well, from getting a good look at everything here, I'd probably say the raw meat, or maybe this raw chicken.
Paul, incorrect again! 'Cause I'm really jonesing right now for this ants on a log right here. Could I get a napkin? Thank you. Paul, now is this the behavior of someone you would describe as being wild?
No, I can't say that it is.
Me either. In fact, I'd have to go as far as calling myself mild. Paul,
Yes, wild man?
I've designed one last test to prove to you that I'm not wild at all. Between a watering hole in the Serengeti and a bottle of Fiji water, which one would you think I would pick for my preferred source of hydration?
Well, after everything you've shown us, I think probably the bottle of Fiji water.
Incorrect. I pick neither. In fact, I choose my reusable water bottle, filled with my choice of mineral water, kombucha, or green tea. So, Paul, have I done enough to prove to you that I'm no wilder than you yourself?
Yeah, wild man, I'm amazed. I don't think I can leave you in that cage in good conscience. I'll let you out.
Oh, Paul.
Here you go, wild man.
Oh.
The wild man is loose! I repeat, the wild man is loose! He's trying to attack!
Oh no!
Take him down!
Wild man! Wild man!
Paul, how ironic that the modern world that brought me here now takes and ends my life. Remember me, Paul Fresia?
I'll remember you, wild man. The wild man, everybody, give him a hand. Ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up the show, I have to come clean with Stony. Stony, can you come on out here?
Yeah, Paul?
Take a seat. Listen, Stony, I really wanted to make this the best internship possible for you. I really did. I wanted to help you out with your project. I even wanted to get you that thing you wanted. I couldn't understand a word you said.
What?
I couldn't understand what you were saying. I tried figuring it out. I asked other people. I even devoted a segment of the show to deciphering it. But I failed you. I'm sorry, Stony.
Paul, I don't even know what to say right now. You were like a father to me. But I guess life is full of disappointments. I want you to know something, Paul Fresia. I'm leaving right now, and I will never come back. But you will always be a Totem Flaky. Do you understand that, Paul?
Can't say that I do.
Good night.
Well, a lot of people died today. This has been the Paul Fresia Show. Thank you to WHCTV and our lovely production team. I'm Paul Fresia. Good night.